The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Boson the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening, and welcome to the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, this is Mark Hamadale as we get set for boys Substate semifinal basketball here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. It'll be Dowling hosting West Waterloo, the Warhawks from northeast Iowa. Warhawks coming in with a record of 14-8. Dowling's record 14-7, and both teams on rolls. The Maroons coming in, winning 4 of their last 6 games. Their only 2 losses were to 4th-ranked Milwaukee Northwest twice in 2 weeks. And the Maroons are on a pretty good roll. They're 10-6 since the 1st of January. West Waterloo, they've lost 3 in a row, but they went through a section, Jimmy, where they lost 3 in a row right during Christmas break into the new year. Then they went off and won 10 straight games. And they're coming in here winning 8 out of their last 9 contests. And they come in tonight, and they just got done knocking off a very fine team the other night, Cedar Rapids, Washington, 70-67, a very close game. Second time those two teams met. So when you come to this stage, you're playing for a Substate championship Tuesday night, and you got to get through the semifinals. So we got 2 teams that are pretty well balanced, and their records are pretty close to what they've actually played. A very good conference with Cedar Falls, and they played them twice. They're the number 1 team in the state, and Dowling has gotten through the walkies and such. So pretty good competition, and 2 pretty good teams waiting for the next step.
Well, you can't be but ecstatic that it's playoff time, and you get into this playoff world, Mark, and there really is no tomorrow unless you take care of business today. And you got to respect everybody you play. You got to play at or above your potential. And if you take care of business, good things are going to happen. So the Maroons face a Waterloo West team who's, I think they're ecstatic. They're not seeing the Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids, Kennedys, Linn-Mars of the world, because you look at the top tier teams in eastern Iowa, Waterloo West hasn't done very well. They're 0-7 against those teams, but they've really rolled through the rest of their competition, really turned around their season from last year, 6-17 last year, turned it around 14-8, finding themselves playing their second game in the playoffs against a Maroon team. And I think this is a team that really catches the Maroons' eyes, because teams that's going to full court press the Maroons throughout. They got a very experienced team. Several of their players, 4 of their 5 players, have more than 2 years experience playing varsity basketball. And the Maroons got to take care of the basketball. Waterloo West averages 9 steals a game. And that right there catches the attention, that if we can take care of the basketball, move the tempo, Maroons should have a good night, but certainly catches your eyes tonight. Well,
and the other thing that Waterloo West has is last year they went 6-17, but they have 2 kids on the team that one's a 4-year starter, another one's a 3-year starter, and a couple 2-year starters. Experience. And you start with their Jalil Manigo. He averages 15 points, a 4-year starter. And then Parker Burns, his dad's one of the assistant coaches. He leads the team in scoring. So those are 2 post players that are all kind of combo players. They can play guard forward. Basically have 5 guards out there, but when you need somebody to rebound, it's those 2. But they have this is the thing. Dowling is starting 1 guy, Maddox Coppola, who started in a postseason game a year ago. The rest of the Maroons, yes, they played a very tough league, but nothing with postseason experience. Waterloo West has postseason experience.
You look at playoffs in any caliber of sports, and the one thing everybody lays on is, do we have experience? An experienced basketball team, in this case, can be very, very dangerous. You add the fact Parker Burns, Jalil Manigo, those guys also can knock down the threes. Parker Burns, 32 threes on the year. Jalil Manigo, 36. And this young man, Zion Cook Burns, brothers of Parker Burns, has hit 44 three-point shots. And so pressing the Maroons, hitting big three-point shots, are really going to press the Maroons in their first playoff matchup for this season.
All right, we're going to take a break here on the pregame show. We'll come back to Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo with pregame. Dowling Catholic hosting Waterloo West boys semifinal Substate. The winner moves on to Tuesday night for the Substate final against the winner of Linn-Mar and Marshalltown in this Substate bracket. We'll be back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by construction professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym here in West Des Moines as we get set for boys Substate basketball at the top of the hour. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, and want to thank everybody that contributed to the Iowa Catholic Spring Fundraiser. Pledge your support to Iowa Catholic Radio. We are a nonprofit, and we need your support. iowacatholicradio.com if you would like to do that. You can donate. Click the donate button. Your gift is tax deductible. Again, thanks to all that have participated in the Iowa Catholic Radio Spring Fundraiser, which ended tonight right before we went on the air. Jimmy Cataldo, we're talking about West Waterloo and Dowling, the matchups, and what we're going to see. Very up pace. I know I talked with Coach Derek Slater in his second year as head coach. He was a sophomore boys coach there for 5 years at West, and he was saying, hey, we kind of changed our defense philosophy, and we are getting after people full court, no matter if they're the number one team in the state, Cedar Falls, which they played twice. You mentioned Linn-Mar and a few other teams, Cedar Rapids, Kennedy. They are going to pick you up once you throw the ball in after a made shot.
And I think what the challenge for the Maroons is they haven't seen a ton of press throughout the year. And on occasion, they've gotten a couple from, say, Johnston or Waukee, but not consistent as that they're going to have tonight. I thought the Maroons most of the time handled the press fairly well, as long as you're patient, work the ball around. Sometimes you got to beat the press off the dribble, but you can create a lot of points and easy points if you can run the court and not let these the Waterloo West team get set up in their full court press.
Well, you can also cause a lot of turnovers, and for Dowling, the Maroons have been turning the ball over on average about 10 times a game. West Waterloo turns the ball over about 11 times, so that's about even. But it's when you cause those turnovers and when you get those runs, and all of a sudden you got a 10, 12-point lead, and you can't chip back at it when you need to, and that's something that Dowling could face tonight if they get too far behind. On the other hand, West Waterloo, they're more of a come-from-behind team. They can kind of play that way with their aggressive style. So
it would be interesting to see how the Maroons react to this environment. It's not going to be an incredibly big crowd for Friday night, but the tensions are high when you get into the playoffs because it's one and done. And so you have a team that's not incredibly experienced in the Maroons, but a very, very athletic team, and they can run with about anybody in the state when they're on their game. And the hope is for the Maroon coaching staff is, are they going to show up? Because if they show up night in, night out, they can make a run in this playoff.
No question about it. The West Waterloo comes in, averaging 61 points on offense, giving up 56 points on defense, right about what Dowling does. Giving up, Maroons average just over 60 points on offense, and they give up under 53 points on defense. Maroons come in with a record of 14-7. West Waterloo at 14-8. And let's take a look at the starting lineups as they're going to be introduced here by our PA announcer, Ted Power. And let's take a look at the Wahawks from West Waterloo, as they're going to be wearing their road black uniforms with white numbers out of the Mississippi Valley Conference, where they finished third. And they will start at point guard Derek Atkins, a 6'1 sophomore, averaging just under 5 points. He'll wear number 4. And the combo players with the most experience, Number 1, Parker Burns, 6'2 junior, leading scorer, averaging 16.5 points. Leads the team, as Jimmy mentioned earlier, with 44 steals. And he'll wear number 1. The other guard forward, the combo player, is Jalil Manigo, a 6'4 senior, averaging just over 15 points, 7 rebounds. Leads the team in assists with 4.5. He'll wear number 3. And the other guard is Zion Cook Burns, 6-foot sophomore, averaging 7 points. And Joe Hudson, he's a veteran too, a 6'6 senior center, averaging 12.5 points. Leads the team with 8 rebounds a contest, averaging 8 rebounds a contest, and leads the team with 18 blocks. Who were number 24. So it'll be Parker Burns, Jalil Manigo, Derek Atkins, Zion Cook Burns, and Joe Hudson for West Waterloo. Their head coach is Derek Slater in his second year, 20 wins, 25 losses. He replaced Cliff Baranobis last year, and he's assisted by Nicholas Pfeiffer, Mike Burns, Jaden Keller, and Mitch Fordyce for the Warhawks. Now for Dowling Catholic, Maroons are going to their normal starting lineup. The point guard will be Noah Martins, a 5'11 junior, averaging just over 12 points. Leads the team in scoring and assists, averaging 4 assists a game, does Noah. He'll wear number 11. The other guard, Nathan Jenkins, 6'1 junior, averaging just over 8 points and 5 rebounds. He'll wear number 2. The third guard, Lucas Paoli, a 6'2 senior, averaging 8.5 points. Lucas will wear number 3, and he's a captain, along with the other captain at guard, Maddox Capola, 6'1 junior, averaging 7 points, and he'll wear number 13. And the center for Dowling, leading shot blockers, I think he's number 2 in the state in shot blocking, Charlie Crane, 6'10 junior, averaging 12 points, leads the team with 8.5 rebounds, 72 blocks, and he'll wear number 10. So again, it'll be Martins, Paoli, Jenkins, Capola, and Crane for the Maroons under head coach Justin Einertson in his second year at Dowling. 26 wins, 19 losses, assisted by John Nagel, Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, Kevin O'Hare, and Sam Young. So that is the tail of the tape. Both teams' records similar. Jimmy, what are some of the keys in this contest as we're going through the lineups right now?
Well, as we mentioned, Waterloo West averaging 9 steals a game. Maroons got to take care of the basketball, especially during press situations. Work the ball in. They play great when they're downhill. And Charlie Crane, playing as a big man, he's certainly the tallest one on the court tonight, playing inside and getting rebounds, putting offensive rebounds in. All
right, we'll come back with the tip-off between Dowling and West Waterloo here at the Dowling Gym. But first, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer with Father Reed Flood here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
I'm Father Thomas Loya, and this week on Light of the East on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, hide not your face from your servant, for I am in distress. Answer quickly. Come close to my soul and redeem me. Let your saving help, O God, protect me. The words of fallen Adam and Eve as Lent now begins in the Eastern Catholic churches. Light of the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
KWKY Des Moines, KIHS Adel, KDVM Mason City, KCSL Spencer.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Dowling Catholic!
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. We get set for tip-off. Dowling Catholic taking on West Waterloo in this boys Substate semifinal. The winner moves on to Tuesday night, and they'll take on the winner of Lynn Marr of Marion and Marshalltown. That game going on in Marion tonight. as West Waterloo in their road black uniforms, and the tip won by the Warhawks as they go left to right in front of us towards the north basket, and they're all black uniforms with red trim. Dowling in their home white uniforms with maroon border, and a pull-up jumper top of the key, good by Jalil Manigo, starting things off for the Warhawks.
Nice mid-range jump shot by Manigo, and Waterloo West on cue presses the Maroons. Maroons break it pretty easy.
Now corner three by Coppola is no good. Offensive rebound Jenkins, and the Maroons keep the offense alive. And now here's Paoli for three, and it's good. And Dowling out to a 3-2 lead early.
Well, Maroons get 2 shots from three-point range and get 1 of 2 of them. Certainly can't live from the three-point range, but hitting them early is a good thing for the Maroons.
Parker Burns, Jalil Manigo, Derek Atkins, Zion Cook Burns, and Joe Hudson, the 5 on the floor for Waterloo West. Here is Atkins, fall-away jumper, baseline good from 10 feet out right side. And it's 4-3. West Waterloo, full court press. Looks like a 2-2-1 full court press. And the Maroons get it across the timeline with several seconds to spare. Here's Martins with it, and the corner goes to Jenkins. Now he's cut off in the baseline. And now a long three by Paoli. Right side is good. Lucas Paoli, a pair of threes, and that can be a press breaker there. 6-4 Dowling.
It's hard to turn away those three-point shots because Waterloo West is not closing out on defense to contest them. Lucas Paoli knocking down a wide-open shot.
West with the basketball. Here's Cook Burns with it. Now to Hudson. Dribbles in the lane, goes against Charlie Crane. Left-handed shot, no good. Ball slapped around and in the hands of Jenkins for Dowling. Nate Jenkins in the front court. He's double teamed in the corner. Now they get it to Coppola. Bounce pass underneath and layup good by Paoli. He's got all 8 Dowling points, and the Maroons finding the seam in the press, lead it 8-4.
The vision by the Maroons on their offensive side was tremendous. They looked all the way around, found Coppola, and Coppola found Paoli underneath the basket. Great vision by the Maroons.
All right, here's Cook Burns with it. Right side it goes to Manigo. Manigo guarded by Coppola, kicks it back out to Cook Burns. Zion with it, stops the baseline. 15 on the shot clock. Up top it goes to Atkins. Dribbles right side, behind the back at the free throw line. Cut off. Now gets it over to Burns. Goes down the lane. His shot up and good off the glass. Nice soft shot by Cook Burns.
Interesting. Waterloo West is, I would consider, a three-point shooting team. Really isn't even looking for the three-point shot. They're taking it right at the Maroons, heading to the basket.
West kind of backs off in their press, but they do switch over now to man-to-man in this defensive set. 5:15 to go first quarter. 8-6 Dowling. And now Coppola. Lob pass underneath to Charlie Crane, and Charlie wasn't looking for the lob. Out of bounds to West.
I think what happened was setup play was for the lob to go to Charlie Crane. Charlie Crane got blocked out to prohibit him to go to the basket, but looked to be a nice-looking open shot there. Charlie Crane got caught up on the pick.
All right, West in the front court. They go left to right. Top of the key for 3 by Manigo, off the back iron, no good. Rebound Dowling and Jenkins. Nathan with it in the front court, dribbles through traffic. Now is double teamed, and he may have to call timeout. No, he dribbles out of it. And looking underneath, gets to Crane. Charlie is double teamed, and a reach-in foul called on West. And that'll be the first foul of the ball game. It'll be out of bounds to Dowling as Crane was trying to do a reverse pass there, Jimmy.
Charlie got the ball at the block and really had an opening right when he got the ball, but hesitated, all that subtle. And then Joe Hudson comes, plays some tough defense, strong kid underneath. It's going to cause Charlie to be tough tonight.
Now Martins has it, now gets in the Crane. His shot up in the lane, no good. Got bumped beforehand, and the shot was off the mark. Rebound out to Jalil Manigo. Manigo, left elbow shot, no good. Rebound Dowling and Martins. Noah comes away with it, and West backs off on their full court press, and Noah will dribble across the timeline. Dowling 8, West Waterloo 6, 4:15 to go first quarter. Here's Martins underneath the Coppola, off his hands into Paoli's hands. Now back to Coppola. Maddox on the baseline, fall-away jumper, good. He was double-teamed as somebody came over to help, and Maddox hit the shot.
Well, Maddox looking for a shot, and that's the good thing in Maddox's game because he can create when he gets downhill, and found a nice turnaround jump shot.
All right, here's Zion Cook Burns in the front court, team leader in made threes with 44. Lisa for Manigo. Now they get it up top as they hand it off to Cook Burns.
Looks like Hudson wants to post up Charlie Crane, see what he can do, but just can't get the ball to that side of the court.
Now they have it to Manigo. He's isolated on the right side. Good closeout by Coppola. Long three up, no good. as the shot clock wound down. Rebound Dowling. 10-6 Maroons. Here's Paoli with it, leaves it for Martins. He'll launch a three from the logo, and it's good right in front of the Dowling crowd over there.
Well, most nights I would say that's a little bit deep for Noah Martins, but about 5-7 feet past the three-point line and hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
Dowling 13, West Waterloo 6. Largest lead for Dowling is right now at 7 points. And now the Manigault with it at the right elbow. Gets it over to Burns. Guarded by Paoli. Burns is cut off on the baseline. 10 on the shot clock. Now Cook Burns with it. They work it underneath. The shot no good by Manigault, and a rebound Dowling, and a backcourt foul on Manigault as he tried to reach from behind on Paoli, and Lucas with a tremendous rebound. And what a first quarter Lucas Paoli has had for Dowling.
Lucas is and that's the senior that you have on the court, and that's a guy that he knows, there is no tomorrow for him, unless he performs today. So, Lucas Paoli off to a hot start, but you can see it in the Maroons. The Maroons have really shifted quickly to understand the impact of the game and have really gotten into this flow.
Nathan Jenkins will have a seat on the bench. He had injured his ankle in the week off that Dowling had. The Maroons haven't played since last Friday, and injured his ankle. Didn't see much of that. He came back yesterday at practice, and now Keyless in the line. And now underneath Paoli, shot with the left hand, no good, and a loose ball foul on Dowling. And that'll be on Charlie Crane, his first, as Gio Keyless checks in the lineup. The 6'3 junior leads Dowling with 37 made threes. And Crane picks up the foul. That is the first foul on Dowling. 2 on West Waterloo here in the first quarter with 2:20 to go. Dowling 13, West Waterloo 6. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Roman Wilkham, our studio producer. And here it's Hudson with it, dribbles down, now kicks the ball back out to the right elbow, and a shot by Burns is good. Parker Burns with his first 2 points.
Burns coming off the pick right in the middle of the lane. Nice 8-foot jump shot.
Now Keyless in the corner for 3. It's off the back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound, and they say it went off Dowling as Manigault was battling Paoli. Oh.
One of those contested rebound by 2 players, and you look at which way the ball deflects, and it certainly deflected the way of a Waterloo West tip out, but ball goes to Waterloo West on Dowling's out of bounds.
Zach Dobbs checking into the lineup for West Waterloo, 5'8 junior. Now West gets the ball in the corner to Hudson for 3, no good. Offensive rebound Burns, he can't put it back up. And now he does. Layup good. He went right around Paoli for the basket. Nice job by Parker Burns. Offensive rebound and basket. Now the full court pressure comes out. Dowling across the timeline. Here's Paoli, and he's bumped and pushed out of bounds by Parker Burns. That'll be his first foul. 13th foul, I believe, on West. As Paoli, or rather, they're going to put Jenkins back in the lineup and Keyless back out. So quick rotation that time for Gio Keyless. Here's Martins with it for Dowling. Maroons lead it by 3, 13-10, minute 20. And now Crane for 3, top of the key, good. Charlie Crane with his 13th made 3 of the year, and Dowling up 6, 16-10 here, Jimmy.
That's something you really expect out of Charlie. He hits usually about 1 a game, and big shot by Charlie, which is going to push Hudson away from the basket if Charlie can be a threat from the 3-point range.
All right, here's Burns in the lane. His shot is blocked by Paoli. Outlet pass goes to Martins down court. Layup with a Euro step is good. Noah Martins got the receiving end of that, and the Maroons up 8, 18-10.
That's what you got to do with turnovers and defensive rebounds is you got to go. Don't allow Waterloo West to set up any defense, and the Maroons get the benefit with an easy shot by Martins.
Every time there's been a big play, Lucas Paoli has been behind it, and that time he was on the giving end of that as he blocked the shot and outlet pass to Noah. Now here's Hudson on the left block. His shot is blocked by Crane. Into the hands of Coppola and Dowling the other way. Maroons are going to hold for a shot. Coaching staff got a hold of Coppola, and they're going to bring it out. Shot clock turned off. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter, 18-10. Dowling with the lead over West Waterloo. Here at the Dowling Gym, first round, the boys semifinal of the Substate. The winner moves on to Tuesday night against the winner of Marshalltown and Linn-Mar. That game going on in Marion tonight. Here's Martins with it with 3 on the shot clock. Shot up and no good, and the ball's out of bounds. And we've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines with the score. Dowling Catholic 18, West Waterloo 10. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale will be back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Father Boniface Hicks here, inviting all men to the Forge Conference in Des Moines on Saturday, March 1st, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Speakers include myself, Super Bowl champion Matt Burke, New York Times best-selling author Dr. Leonard Sachs, Damon Owens, Pete Burak, Bishop William Joensen, plus, of course, confession, mass, and some incredible brotherhood. Check it out, www.myforge.org, www.myforge.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym, West Des Moines. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Started the second quarter, Dowling basketball. Dowling leading 18-10 over West Waterloo in the semifinals of the boys Substate. Dowling with substitution to start. Alfred Coley, number 20 in the lineup, 6'5 sophomore, and they get it inside. A shot up and good as they go with the two posts. Quincy Moore also in there, Jimmy.
Quincy Moore, great move when he gets the ball on the block. Isolates Jalil Manigo and puts the ball in to start the second quarter.
So they got the two big boys in there, Quincy Moore and Gio Keelis into the Dowling lineup. And Maroons lead it by 10, their largest of the night over Waterloo West. Warhawks with it. This is Manigo in the lane. They got to get him going. His shot, a little underhand scoop shot, good on the right block. He had a little isolation play.
Great play by Manigo. Well contested, creating a shot with a little bit of up and under with his right hand, scooping it.
Full court pressure by West Waterloo. Dowling breaks it, and Paoli in the front court. Lucas is one of those combo guys that can play the post and he can play the guard at 6'2". Keelis also gets a start here in the second quarter. And it's going with their three reserves off the bench as they keep Jenkins and Paoli in the lineup. There's Jenkins with it. I think the shot clock got messed up, and now layup is up and good. It makes no difference as Jenkins with the basket. That's his first 2 points, 22-12. But the shot clock got reset.
When you said that, you looked up and there's 31 seconds on it when it starts at 35, and that was probably about a 20-second possession.
Yeah. And now underneath, a shot off the glass good, and that's Joe Hudson, the guy you were talking about. That's his first 2 points of the night. Comes in averaging 12.5 for West, 22-14 Dowling. Keelis for three, good. They left him open. Dobbs didn't want to guard him, and they found out Gio can shoot that shot.
I hate to say it because I've got to throw the absolute jinx on the Maroons, but 5 of 8 from three-point range here in the game, just 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Dowling by 11, 25-14 with 5:55 to go. Here's a shot in the lane. It's no good by West. Rebound Dowling. Maroons in the front court. This is Paoli with it, coming off a ball screen by Moore. Bodies hit the floor, no call. 20 on the shot clock. Keelis looking inside to Quincy Moore. Now he's double teamed. Spins underneath, shot off the glass, good! He got around his defender, Parker Burns.
They found the mismatch, and if you can find that mismatch on the court, take advantage of it. Maroons did. Quincy Moore graded a mismatch when Parker Burns went on the switch, took advantage of it, and converted at the rim.
How about that? Quincy Moore, 90 seconds of playing time, 4 points off the bench. Dowling 27 and West 14. Maroons by 13. And now West underneath, and Thomas's shot is blocked underneath. Or rather, Hudson's shot blocked. Rebound Dowling. And the young man off the bench for Dowling, Coley with the block. Keelis for three again, good. And coach going to have to get a timeout here, I'm guessing. Keelis with 6 points off the bench, and the Maroons lead it by 16, 30-14.
You're going to play through it. Not going to call a timeout here. Maroons playing great tempo basketball, working the ball around to open shots.
All right, Manigo with it. Leaves it up top. Back to Manigo, left wing three, in and out, no good. Rebound Dowling and Jenkins. Nathan with the rebound. And West will back off on their press. Dowling 30, Waterloo West 14. 4.5 minutes to go. Second quarter from the Dowling gym. Here's Keelis with it. Gets it back over in the corner to Jenkins. Nathan with it. Now gets over to Keelis, and he can't handle the pass. It'll be out of bounds to Waterloo West. And wholesale substitutions. Crane, Capola, and Martins check in for Dowling. Checking out will be Coley, Paoli, and Jenkins. So 3 for 3 line shift there, Jimmy Cataldo.
And you can see Coach Einertson, congratulating the guys coming off the court. I think he's ecstatic with the effort that he's getting out of his team this early ball game.
I know we haven't got to your first quarter stats, and we may not because we're halfway through the second quarter.
It's so like you just play through them.
Way to interject yourself, way to go. All right, here's Atkins with it. He hasn't seen much playing time since the start. Derek Atkins back in for West, wearing number 4. And now a long 3 coming. It's no good by West. Burns with the miss. Rebound Dowling. Crane with it in the front court. But leave Moore in. So it's Crane and Quincy Moore, the 2 post players. Martins coming off a ball string, leads it for Keyless. He'll launch a 3 from that same logo. It's no good. Moore with the rebound, put back up, good! How about that? Quincy Moore hustling on the boards. He's got 6 points in 2.5 minutes of playing time.
Well, you saw the substitution, and there's a reason why Coach Anderson is leaving Quincy Moore on the court, because he's earning that time. He's taking the ball to the basket. He's converting that time. An offensive rebound putback is going to keep Quincy Moore on the court, getting more minutes.
32-14 Dowling. The Maroons with their largest lead of the night of 18 points over West Waterloo. The Wahawks come in with a record of 14-8. Dowling's record 14-7. Here's a jumper up and no good by Zion Cook-Burns. Rebound Dowling. Maroons are holding West a one and done. Now Keyless with it, dribbles baseline, gets caught underneath, leaves it for Coppola. Maddox on the baseline, pull-up jumper, 10 feet, in and out and back in, good! Rolls around every part of the cylinder, and Maddox Coppola with his 4th point.
Been super impressed with Maddox Coppola's mid-range jump shot this year. Been so consistent from that 10 to 12 foot range. That time knocks it down on a turnaround.
Dowling by 20. Now here's a shot up in the lane. No good by Parker Burns. Had a layup and it used the glass and too strong. And now underneath Dowling. Martin shot up and no good. And a rebound out to West as Cooper Dolan in, 6'7" senior, who has checked into the lineup for head coach Derek Slater.
Just the first rebound of the second quarter for Waterloo West with 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
All right, Hudson driving on the right elbow and a reach-in foul called on Dowling. And we got a timeout on the floor, I believe. Keyless will pick up the foul. And we've got a timeout, West Waterloo, with 2:28 to go here in the second quarter. This will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Dowling 34, Waterloo West 14. Boys, semifinal Substate basketball on Iowa Catholic Radio.
It's something we've all heard before. I believe in God, but not organized religion. But as Catholics, we believe that Jesus started a church. Yes, an organized religion, if you will. The church is a gift to the world, which God has ordained as the vehicle in which we are sanctified and grow on the way to our heavenly destination. Above all, the Catholic Church is a family. Man is not an island, as it was once famously said, and we need the community found in our brothers and sisters in the faith. A visible church is necessary for the dispensing of the 7 sacraments, which Jesus instituted for the forgiveness of sins and growth in His grace. And God has always desired that His people gather to give Him glory by corporate liturgical worship and sacrifice, which is fulfilled in the New Covenant by the Holy Mass. Yes, the organized institution of the church has often had its share of scandals and sins. The human face of the church can be messy and imperfect, but God does not desire for us to escape to a spiritual island or alternative religion, but to serve Him and His people in the church He founded and has promised to be with until He returns in glory. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. 34-14, Dowling leading West Waterloo, second quarter with 2:20 remaining. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. West coming out of the timeout. Here's Atkins with it to Parker Burns. Guarded by Paoli. Dowling stays man-to-man. West in a shooting slump in this first half. A long 3, no good by Manigo. Rebound Dowling. Here's Paoli with it, who's back in. Lucas, double team. Skip pass over to Jenkins for 3. In and out, no good. Crane with the rebound, and a whistle and a foul on the offensive rebound for Dowling, Jimmy.
We talked about it at the break. I think one of the stats that's jumping out of my stat sheet is the Maroons now have, 17 total rebounds on the game to just 3 for Waterloo West.
And Jalil Manigo now in foul trouble. He has 2 fouls for West Waterloo, their leading scorer, averaging just over 15 points a contest. Dowling with the ball. That is Team foul number 1 on West Waterloo. Dowling also with 1. Paoli for 3. Good. Same spot from Martins on that logo right in front of the student body over there.
Paoli just having a great night, keeping it consistent throughout. Senior year, playing his last game in the Dowling gymnasium.
Now Manigo underneath, saves the ball into the hands of Dolan. Fall-away jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound Dowling and Charlie Crane. 11 points now for Lucas Paoli to lead Dowling here in the first half. 37-14 Maroons, minute 15 to go. Here's Crane. Leaves it for Martins. He'll use him as a shield. Three-pointer no good by Noah. And the rebound, West Waterloo. Manigo in the front court. Jalil on the dribble. Down the lane. His shot blocked by Crane. I got a whistle and a foul on Coppola, and 2 shots coming. As bodies hit the floor, Manigo being helped up, and he'll go to the free throw line. And they're going to get Crane for the foul. So Charlie with his second foul.
Interesting foul, and you can sense the way the game is being called. It's certainly a playoff game, allowing a little bit more contact, a little more body throughout, and that's a typical playoff atmosphere. A little touch foul on that time, I thought, for Charlie Crane.
Manigo's first free throw, no good. He's our leading free throw shooter, one of them on the team, 79%. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Bozen the Florist, Blessman International, and Construction Professionals. Second free throw, no good. Ball slapped around. Dolan with the offensive rebound, slaps it away, but stolen away by Dowling. Martins with the steal. Leaves it for Paoli. Lucas down the lane. His shot with the left hand blocked out of bounds. Nice job by Manigo coming over to help, and he knocked it out of bounds on the block shot.
Well, that was more contact that we saw on the foul with Crane, but officials letting that go. Usually no change in possession there. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Maroons' ball in this case, so typically a good no call there.
47 seconds remaining in the first half. 20 on the shot clock. Here's Coppola with it. Top of the key goes Paoli. Now to Jenkins, dribbles baseline, reverse layup, good. They left him alone, and I think Derek Atkins thought he was going to have help on that, and he didn't. And Jenkins with his 4th point.
It's the awareness from Jenkins to realize that the defense got messed up in the switch and found himself wide open underneath with the reverse layup.
All right, here's Hudson with it. Their center. Joe goes underneath against Crane. His shot up and might have been partially barked by Charlie. Rebound Dowling and Paoli. And I'll tell you what West has done. They've backed off their press since that first few minutes. 39-14 Dowling, 10 seconds to go. And now the Maroons are going to settle for the last shot, or try to settle for the last shot. Here's Coppola with it. Maddox in the lane, kicks it back out to Crane. He'll launch a 3 at the horn. It's no good. And we go to halftime with the score. Dowling Catholic 39, West Waterloo 14. The Maroons hold West to 4 points in the second quarter, while Dowling scoring 21 points as the Maroons lead it here at halftime. Jimmy, what a first half by the Maroons.
You look at the body language as Waterloo West is working their way to the halftime locker room, and they don't know what hit them. They came in here thinking that they were going to press the Maroons throughout, cause some turnovers, and the Maroons has handled that about as good as you probably could have hoped, handling the press, keeping their turnovers. Maroons with only 2 turnovers in that first half, attacking the basket for rebounds, but their shot selection and just knocking down shots throughout that first half has been tremendous.
Absolutely. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Hamadale. Once again, we are at halftime. It's the boys' Class 4A Substate semifinal, and it's Dowling Catholic leading the West Waterloo Warhawks 39-14. We'll take a 2-minute break. Roman Wilkham is our studio producer here on Iowa Catholic Radio, and we'll be back with our first half statistics and maybe an interview at halftime along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Josh Burks with the Emmaus Institute, Bible Book in a Minute. It's been called the Teacher's Gospel because of its orderliness and structure. It's been called the Catechist's Gospel because of its rich teaching contents. The Gospel of Matthew, the first book of the New Testament, tells of the incarnate ministry of our Lord Jesus Christ, who took on human flesh, preached the good news of salvation, and was given on the cross for the sake of man. Matthew especially brings to fruition the hopes of the Old Testament that longed for the Son of David to come and establish God's kingdom on earth and redeem his people. When we read the Gospel of Matthew with attentive ears and prayerful hearts, we encounter the incarnate Lord, the great teacher and healer of mankind, and ultimately, to borrow from Tolkien, we finally behold the return of the King. This has been your Bible Book in a Minute. For a closer look at Christ in the Scriptures, join us at EmmausInstitute.net.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio. Now that the on-air portion of the spring fundraiser has ended, we want to thank you for your tremendous response to our appeal. Your support means Iowa Catholic Radio will continue to connect listeners to Christ as we seek to reclaim the culture. We're still short of our goal, and matching dollars are still available. Donate now at iowacatholicradio.com. And again, thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
And welcome back to the halftime here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Boys Class 4A Substate semifinal, and it's Dowling leading West Waterloo 39-14 alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Hamadale, as we're going through our statistics. And we have a guest, somebody that we both know, and about a year ago might have been sitting in the same seat, and that is Joey Coppola, freshman now at the University of Dubuque. And what are you on break this weekend? You have no games? What's going on?
Spring break. Well, our season ended last night in the conference tournament. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm on spring break, so back home.
You know, you go from Joey Coppola, team leader and made threes last year with 63, averaged 13 points, goes up and starts for the University of Dubuque against UNI back in November, Cataldo. How about that?
Well, it was huge. You start watching some of these kids who have gone on to different schools and came off the charts that Joey was starting in that game, and that's a big game to start in. What was that like, sitting down going against that team?
It was really unreal. I mean, it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. We had a couple injuries, so I knew I was going to play a lot of minutes, and our coach didn't let us know. He was going to either start me or one of my teammates, and just my assistant came up to me, whispered in my ear, he said, "It's you, go out there and have fun," about 5 minutes before the game. So I didn't even know I was starting until 10 minutes before. And
so they gave you some time to go change your shorts.
Yeah.
Because I think that would have got you your first varsity experience, and you're going against, Ben Jacobson and then you and I, and that catches your attention. So talk about that game. What was it like? How'd you do?
I did all right. I was a little nervous to start the game. Got a bucket, so yeah, that was pretty cool. We kept with them for a while. I think there was about 5 minutes left in the first half. We were down 4 or 5, I think, and then they kind of blew the lead open, ended up losing by 30-something. But, I mean, it was a great first experience. I mean, it was just crazy. Just the level of competition, so different.
Visit with Joey Coppola, our halftime guest, former Dowling alum. A year ago, he was playing in a Substate game, and now at the University of Dubuque, playing in the American Rivers Conference, and a lot of traveling back and forth to Dubuque. I know your parents are up there back and forth, and watching your little brother Maddox. He's the one veteran from a year ago that has any experience with postseason. The rest of the other 4 guys out there don't. We kind of talked about that in our pregame, whereas West Waterloo has several 3- and 4-year starters and a 20-point lead or more at halftime for Dowling. What do you think about this Maroon team that you've seen, Joey?
I think Coach Iverson has done a good job bringing in the young guys, practicing with varsity. They might not have a lot of in-game experience, but Noah, Charlie, Gio, they're all practicing with us last year, and we went at them. We didn't take it easy on them, and I think they learned a lot. They got a lot of experience out of that, and you can see the chemistry between them. They're really close, and I think that was something that we had on our team last year. Just kind of pass it down to them. Just that chemistry goes a long way.
Well, talk about your experience, being a student athlete and now taking that to the college level. At University of Dubuque, a very academic conference, American Rivers, but pretty competitive in athletics and certainly in basketball. And how has Dowling prepared you for that next level in your freshman year at the University of Dubuque?
Yeah, Dowling's done a great job preparing me. I don't want to say anything crazy, but college has almost been a little bit easier academic-wise than high school. So
I've heard that from people.
Yeah,
yes.
I got a lot of free time too, so as long as you stay on top of your assignments stuff, and yeah.
I'm glad he asked you about how things in Dubuque are going and not Iowa City, but we're not going to go there because. So, but dude, I mean, talk about that college life. What is different? What makes college basketball a little bit different than what you see? Because the CIML, I mean, you were facing some great opponents night in, night out, as this Maroon team is facing. Going to college at the University of Dubuque. Man. What has that been like?
Yeah, CIML was great. A lot of players out of our conference this year as freshmen making all conference teams, D2 schools, freaking playing at D1 schools. So, the competition's been great, and it's a lot of hard work. You're doing sometimes 3 workouts a day with a skill workout, a lift, and a practice preseason.
So what was the transition for you? If you gave some advice to any one of these kids who is looking to play at that next level, what advice would you give to those guys as they would transition?
Be confident, be ready. A lot of things are going to be coming at you on top of classes and sports and meeting new people. Just be yourself. Don't try to be anyone that you're not, and just have fun with it.
How many shots do you put up in a normal day, non-game or even game day? How many shots do you think you put up?
Preseason, it was a lot, on top of skill workouts and, going to the gym on my own time and practice. A couple hundred easily.
So what do you think you need to work on here in the next, as this offseason goes on, as you look forward to your next season? What's important to you, and what do you got to work on to advance your game?
Sure, you know my answer, but I'm gonna get in the weight room this summer, so need to put on some weight.
You got to get your brother out for football. Maddox has got a football body more than, he's a strong kid. I know he doesn't want to play because he got coaches like Cataldo there, but we got to talk to him about that.
Man, I'll try my best to convince him. No promises. Though.
There you go. He's my number 1 recruit next year is your brother right now, Joey. We're visiting with Joey Capola here at halftime. A freshman at the University of Dubuque. Your season ended in the conference tournament, I'm guessing. But what an experience. Appreciate you stopping over. It was either you or your mom. Holly does so much for this program and behind the scenes that people don't understand, and I'm glad she sent you over, though.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Yep.
Joey Capola joined us here at halftime. We're going to take a break. Our halftime score is Dowling 39, West Waterloo 14. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. Our thanks to Joey Capola. Joined us at halftime. We'll be back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
I'm Father Thomas Loya, and this week on Light of the East on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, hide not your face from your servant, for I am in distress. Answer quickly. Come close to my soul and redeem me. Let your saving help, O God, protect me. The words of fallen Adam and Eve, as Lent now begins in the Eastern Catholic churches. Light of the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym, underway in the second half. And Waterloo West had the basketball first. Shot by Monago at the free throw line, no good. Rebound Dowling the other way, and then Charlie Crane takes the ball down, wants to dunk it, but it slips off his hands, and finally it goes through. So Charlie Crane shoots and scores, and we'll go through scoring here in a moment. 41-14 is our score, now 41-17 with the three-pointer by West. Dowling the other way, and a shot up and good by Nathan Jenkins. He goes coast to coast, and he'll have an and one. Foul is on West Waterloo, Jimmy Cataldo.
For the first three-point shot made by West Waterloo was a three-point shot by Zion Cook-Burns from the corner there. But looking at first half numbers and the Maroons, you just hope that they can continue on this onslaught of offense. 59% from the field, which included 7 of 14 from three-point range. They had 19 total rebounds to just 2 turnovers, and then West Waterloo shoots 28%, goes 0 of 3 from 3, gets 6 rebounds to the Maroons' 19, but just goes 1 turnover.
Zion Cook-Burns had the 3 on the last possession, and now West on the offensive end, and a shot goes out of bounds. It'll be West basketball with 23 on the shot clock. Dowling's leading scorer in the first half was Lucas Paoli with 11 points, Jimmy. 6 points off the bench for Gio Keelis and for Quincy Moore. And then rounding out scoring for Dowling, Noah Martins with 5 points, 4 points for Nate Jenkins, 3 points for Charlie Crane. And now West underneath, and now a shot blocked by Dowling. Aiken's headed shot block. And a rebound out to the Maroons, but it's stolen away at half court by Monago. So both teams trading possessions, 44-17 Dowling here in the third quarter with 6.5 to go. Now Hudson for 3, top of the key. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Monago. His put back up, no good. Rebound, Coppola. This be Maddox Coppola.
You can see the presence that Charlie Crane is given West Waterloo down the middle. Charlie, I think, has about 5 blocks on the night and just been a tough presence as Waterloo West continues to try to take the ball to the basket. And Charlie's just having a great night at the rim.
The Maroons want to keep up their momentum as they're going to try to use some shot clock, too, during this contest. Jenkins with it, kicks it out to Martins, right wing, guarded by Monago. Martins in the lane, and a little scoop shot up with the left hand, no good. Rebound comes out to Derek Atkins and West. Waterloo right to left, wearing their road black uniforms with red border and white white border and red trim. And the ball going out of bounds as Atkins tried to take it to the hole and lost it.
Coming out to full court press off the turnover by Waterloo. I thought Paoli's done a nice job breaking it for the Maroons. And that time does it again, finds Maddox.
Maroons get the ball in the front court, and now Crane for 3 in the right corner. It's no good. And the rebound, Zion Cook-Burns for West Waterloo. Score remains 44-17. Now here's Hudson with it. He dribbles the ball, slapped away into the hands of Monago, top of the key. Now to Burns. Burns, a head fake in the lane, is shot up and good off the glass. The basket will count. And Charlie Crane tried to block it, but the foul was before that, and the foul will be on Paoli, and Lucas will pick up his first.
Maroons got to be smart. Even though they're up, 24, 25 points here, you got to be smart on their offensive end. Don't just go to the easy 3-point shot, because that's one way you let Waterloo West go in the game, get back in this game if you don't hit those down consistently.
Free throw, no good, and the ball out of bounds as Maddox Coppola tried to save it but stepped out of bounds. So right now, West Waterloo 1 for 3 at the free throw line. Dowling 1 for 1. So not a whole lot of free throws in this contest. Jimmy, Dowling did not go to the line in the first half at all. And Maroons led 39-14 at the half. Now the inbounds pass. It's touched and it's out of bounds. They went off of Parker Burns of West Waterloo, says the official. It'll be Dowling basketball. Our officials tonight, Travis Graven, Michael Cayley, and Chris Thomas. Congratulations to this crew for working a Substate semifinal. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Dowling breaking the press. A great pass by Paoli. He finds Jenkins on the diagonal pass. Layup good, and for Jenkins, that is his 9th point.
Paoli again showing great leadership, handling the press, keeping great vision.
Now the ball dribbled off the foot by Atkins, stolen away by Dowling. A lob pass to Crane and a little too strong. That's the second lob pass that Charlie is the passer. The quarterback in this case, I'll get it to your football term. The quarterback overthrew him.
I got to assume it's a Kevin O'Hare worked play throughout the week, and it just has not come up with anything yet. So I may have to ask
he can't hear
O'Hare about that.
Yeah.
Well, he'll hear the broadcast later.
Here's a 3-pointer by Parker Burns for Waterloo West. It's no good. Rolls off the rim. Rebound Dowling and Maddox Coppola. Appreciate talking to Maddox's older brother, Joey. Life in college, and now traveling on Dowling as the pass goes to Charlie Crane. Wholesale substitutions for the Maroons. We're going to see Alfred Coley, Gio Keelis, and Quincy Moore all check in for Dowling. A little line change for the Maroons. Jenkins will stay out there, and so will Paoli with this group, as Coppola will sit down along with Charlie Crane and Noah Martins all on the bench. West with the basketball in the front court. They go right to left towards the south basket here at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. The winner will play Linmar of Marion, Marshalltown winner on Tuesday night And if Marr wins, which they're expected to do, it'll be in Marion. And we'll talk more about the coverage there. Now, nice job. 3-pointer in the corner. Good by Zion Cook-Burns.
His second three-pointer of the second half. Actually, the second three-pointer by Waterloo West in this game. We talked about how they can hit them in buckets. And we got 3 kids who can knock down three-point shots, which should cause a lot of attention to the Maroons' defense.
Got a whistle and a foul on West Waterloo. Foul will be on Zion Cook-Burns, the guy you just talked about, hitting both threes here in the third quarter. Score is 46-22, Dowling with the lead. They lob it into Moore. In the corner it goes to Paoli as the ball moved by Dowling. Back out to Jenkins. They work the two-man game right side. Paoli for 3, right side, in and out, and in! Gets the Jimmy Cataldo roll.
It goes down anyway. It goes down. It goes on the stat sheet. Just another big 3 by Lucas Paoli.
14 points for Paoli. 49-22, Dowling by 27. With 3:10 to go, third quarter. Hudson, swing pass over to Cooper Dolan. Dolan dribbles in the lane, now kicks it back out to Hudson. Hudson spins, guarded by the young sophomore Alfred Coley, and a whistle and a foul on Jenkins. And it'll be Noah Jenkins' first foul for Dowling. And free throws coming for Joe Hudson, a 53% free throw shooter for West Waterloo.
I had Waterloo West 0 for 3 from the 0 of 3 from free throw line. So they made one.
They made one.
I want to say that you're pretty inaccurate on this because I remember.
Monago went 1 for 2. Manigo went 1 for 2 back in the second quarter. Hudson's free throw is no good. Probably.
Seeing that you're leading the broadcast, I'm going to have to give in to you on that one. Yeah. You got it.
Second free throw, no good. And the rebound coming away with it is Alfred Coley, one of 2 sophomores on this Dowling roster. Gets the rebound. He and Quincy Moore are playing the post right now. Moore has it right elbow. Guarded by Hudson. West stays man-to-man. Now handoff to Paoli. Fakes the 3. Now gets the ball in the corner to Jenkins. Back to Paoli. 15 on the shot clock. Paoli, a launch of 3, left wing, good! It's the Lucas Paoli night, ladies and gentlemen. That is his 5th 3 of the night, and he has 17 points, Jimmy.
It's all over his face, is the confidence that he has in his shot tonight, and it feels like you could throw it in the ocean.
Now, leaner in the lane, up and good by Parker Burns from the right side. The basket will count, and a foul on Dowling. And they're going to get Paoli for the foul. That'll be his second. 8th point for Parker Burns, and he'll go to the free throw line. Tonight's game here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Mercy One, Fast Signs in Clive, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Free throw good by Burns. I have West 1 of 4 at the free throw line.
So now
in the third quarter, and I have him 2 for 5 in the game.
You and I got to get on the same page. That's all we got.
Just keep rebounds and turnovers and the field goal. I'll take care of the free throw.
I got to stay in my lane.
Oh my goodness! I'm glad I'm not sending you with Coach Mr. Stacy here. I'd never do that to Joe. Poor guy. We'll talk more about that. I guess throwing that out there. 52-30-25. Whistle and a foul on Monago, and that is his 3rd for West. Both teams with 3 fouls each. Minute 50 to go, third quarter. Dowling with the ball, going left to right in front of us towards the north basket. Dowling in their home white uniforms in the Substate semifinal. Paoli with it, leads for Keyless. Gio for 3, it's off back iron, no good. Moore with the rebound. Saves it from going out of bounds, gets it inside to Paoli, and his shot is blocked. And underneath, Alfred Coley with the shot up and no good. He'll go to the free throw line as he was fouled. In the Maroons, Jimmy had several offensive rebounds, with the foul being on Cooper Dolan, his first.
Well, we talk about staying in the lane or staying in your lane, and the Maroons understanding their role. Quincy Moore attacking any shot that goes up for the Maroons, trying to find that offensive rebound, and found another one at that time. Gets the ball to Alfred Coley and misses the first free throw.
All right, Paoli and Jenkins will check out of the Dowling lineup. Martins returns, as does Capola. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Blessman International, Bows and the Florist, and Construction Professionals. Charlie Crane re-enters the lineup, and he'll replace Alfred Coley, as Coley makes the second free throw. He has 1 point tonight off the bench for Dowling. 53-25 Maroons. And in the front court is West Waterloo. Here's Parker Burns, dribbling baseline. Now gives it up to Manigo, who's guarded by Noah Martins. Now to Burns. They play the two-man game right wing. Dowling stays man-to-man as we approach the 1 minute mark here in the third quarter. Here's Cooper Dolan in the lane. Pull-up jumper over Capola, no good. And Capola gets the rebound. Nice box out that time by Maddox. Here's Crane with it for three. Good. Charlie Crane with his second three of the night for the big 6'10" post player. 56-25, the Maroons with the lead in the final 45 seconds of the third quarter. They're swinging around. Hudson for three. No good. Offensive rebound and put back up and good by Parker Burns. Burns with 11 points. 56-27 Dowling. Pressure by West Waterloo. Dowling breaks it. They get in the front court. Shot clock turned off. Final 20 seconds of the third quarter here at the Dowling gym. See if the Maroons can execute. This is what their second one they've had the possession, Jimmy. And
it's the mismatch right here with Maddox Capola going against Hudson. Speed.
Now they get it to Keelis for three in the corner, and it's good with 3 seconds remaining. And now half-court shot by Burns is no good, but Keelis hits the three, and Dowling in control as Dowling Catholic leading 59-27, and Gio Keelis off the bench with 9 points. We'll take a break, and we'll come back for the fourth quarter in 1 minute. Dowling 59, West Waterloo 27. Back with more boys Substate semifinal basketball here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Alquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say, "Why do Christians talk so much about God and so little about humanity?" G.K. Chesterton says that the people who insist that we forget divine things and think of human things end up talking about how helpless human beings are because of their faulty environment or their fatal heredity or their uncontrollable animal instincts. And it all ends with the old fatalist cry that we must forgive everything because there's nothing to forgive. But these things are not the human things. These are the subhuman things, the things we share with animals. The human things are exactly what they dismiss as merely divine. The human things are free will, responsibility, authority, and self-denial. The things that are really human are also divine. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. Boys Substate semifinal basketball in Class 4A. Dowling leading 59-27 over West Waterloo. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Quick numbers, Jimmy, through three quarters.
Quick. Maroons are shooting 57%, 11 of 20 from three-point range for the game. 26 rebounds to Waterloo West 11. 5 turnovers for the Maroons. Waterloo West 30% on the game with just 4 turnovers.
Now a long three by Keelis, no good. And the rebound West Waterloo, and Monago hits the floor hard once he went for the rebound and comes up limping, but back in the ball game. As here's Hudson with it, dribbles in against Crane, kicks it back out to Burns. This is Cook Burns. Now, a fadeaway jumper on the baseline. His shot no good. The rebound comes out to Martins. One and done for the most part has been West Waterloo, Jimmy.
You look at Hudson averaging 12.5 points a game, held to just 2, and I think that is so attributed to the way Charlie Crane is being a presence down low, giving Hudson nothing to shoot at, and when he does, he gets it blocked.
Here's Capola on the baseline. Turnaround shot up and good. Maddox had the defender thinking he was going to shoot the layup. He stopped and hit a fadeaway jumper from 10 feet.
Just not what you expect. It's just a 6 to 8 foot jump shot for Capola. As we talked earlier in the game, mid-range jump shot has been just such an asset to Maddox Capola this year.
61-27. Dowling with the lead, but back comes Manigo and takes it to the hole. His shot up and good, and a foul on Coley, and on Alfred, that'll be his first foul, and free throws, an and one coming from Manigo, and he is shaken up. He got shaken up earlier.
Manigo gets a little swipe to the jaw on that as Alfred Coley's going up for the block and catches a little bit of of the body, the upper head.
All right, so this will be an and one for Jalil Manigo, 6'4" senior, one of 6 seniors on this West squad. Free throw, no good. Manigo with 7 points tonight. Rebound, Dowling. In the front court is Coppola. Dowling, 61. West Waterloo, 29. They lob it in to Coley. A little high-low from Crane to Coley. Layup, good. That was very well executed, and that time he got a good pass from his quarterback.
The lob in worked that time, and Alfred Coley doesn't bring the ball down, stays up high with it. Another block by Crane.
Burns has his shot blocked. Dowling loses the control after the rebound, and now Parker Burns with the shot that's no good, but followed up by Manigo. Jalil Manigo with his 9th point. And it's 63-31 Dowling. Burns in the front court. Here's Keyless with it. Shot with the left hand, no good. Tip, no good by Coley. Get offensive rebound, put back up, no good. Tip by Crane. And an offensive foul on Crane. They're going to call him for the loose ball foul as Crane and Coley were having their way. And we've got a timeout, I believe. Nope, we're not going to call it. I thought Coach was going to.
Foul number 3 on Crane.
Charlie with his 3rd. And substitutions now for the Maroons. We're going to see some.
It's playoffs. You're going to go a little bit earlier to your bench when you can and
Tommy
save
Hurley
some legs.
Yep, Tommy Hurley in with Noah Martins. Now a steal by Coppola. He picked the pass. They lob it up, and it shot up and good. It was supposed to be a slam dunk, and I'll tell you what, nice job by Alfred Coley, who got the basket.
3rd time lob at the rim, and this time Alfred Coley converts.
They're 2 for 4 on those tonight, by the way. Here's a long 3, no good by West. The miss by Zion Cook-Burns. Rebound Dowling. And Al Coppola for 3. Rolls off the rim, no good. And we've got a whistle and a foul on West Waterloo. Good job on the offensive glass that time by the Maroons. And Jacob Peterson's who's in there. And they'll whistle the foul on Zion Cook-Burns, his 3rd.
I've seen the Maroons go to a couple seniors, likely the last
the home game.
Game played at the Dowling Gymnasium.
All right, here's Peterson with it. Jake in the lane, double team. He kicks it out to Tommy Hurley for 3. It's in and out, no good. Crowd in front of us would have erupted. That'd be in the Dowling bench with Hurley's attempted 3. Rebound out to West Waterloo. Monago with it. Dribbles to the free throw line. Leaves it for Atkins for 3. Top of the key, no good. Rebound Coley. Alfred, the dribble handoff to Coppola, and Maddox will run the point. Under 5 minutes to play, 4th quarter. 65-31 Dowling. Here's Martins with it. Reminder, we'll have our post-game show as Coach Einertson and maybe a player or two will visit with us on the post-game show. West in the front court. Monago with it. One of 6 seniors on this team. Goes down the right side. Layup good. He bodied up Jake Peterson there and scored.
I haven't seen it much of the game, but Monago showing what he can do at the rim and then gets a steal.
And he'll slam it home. Stealing basket by Monago. He's got 13 points. 65-35, Dowling by 30. We approach the 4-minute mark. Pressure in the backcourt, now Coppola with it. Max gets it over to Peterson. Jake on the baseline, reverse layup up and good. The basket will count. And how about Jake Peterson, the senior off the bench, has a chance for an and one.
Miller's got a little bit lucky there as Noah Martins gets the ball loose. Probably a violation there, but Jacob Peterson taking the ball to the basket, reverse layup, draws the foul. Senior year, senior night for a lot of these seniors who are now coming in the game. Gavin Jones entering the game.
Christian Basili,
both seniors.
Absolutely. Dowling with 7 seniors on this team, and one of them shooting the free throw for an and one. That's Peterson, and the rolls off the rim, no good. And we got a loose ball foul on one of those seniors, Tommy Hurley of Dowling. 67-35 Maroons. Did we get the running clock? Was that established at 35, or we get?
It was not.
Okay.
We got to 30, but not
the
actually
5.
32 now, but not to 35.
All right, here is Manigo as West leaves their starters in. Here's Hudson with it. Back to Manigo for 3. Good, right in front of the coach. Derek Slater.
Manigo coming alive with 13 points now.
67-38, our score. Dowling with the lead. Maroons now will launch a three. Gavin Jones for three. It's no good. Manigo with the rebound. Outdo Coley for it. And the Wallhawks in transition. A long three, no good. And a rebound, offensive rebound by Hudson, and a foul on Coley. And I think on Alfred that'll be his second if I'm not mistaken. It is. And free throws coming for Joe Hudson. Again, the winner of this game will meet the winner of the Marshalltown and Linn-Mar game going on in Marion tonight. And if Linn-Mar holds out, they will host the Substate final Tuesday night. Free throw no good by Hudson. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Blessman International, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Hudson eyes the basket. And the second free throw is no good. Rebound Coley and Dowling. With 3:05 to go, pressure in the backcourt. Dowling breaks it. Now they get underneath to Coley, and he slams it home. Got the pass from Tommy Hurley.
Fearless. Albert Coley is just a fearless sophomore. The way he takes the bounce pass from cross court and doesn't hesitate, slams it home.
He does a lot of things effortless, too, if you notice. Where you and I would have to work for that. You especially.
Don't be throwing me Jacob Peterson.
Jake Peterson underneath shoots and scores with the left hand. And we got a timeout for substitution. Coley will check out. Yeah, you'd have a little bit more effort than I would.
I love how you throw me into the same sure. spectrum as you. And
you're welcome.
If that makes you feel better, that other people would struggle to get up.
I understand tonight
inches.
There's a Iowa High School Coaches Football Convention going on in Altoona, and you're not invited, huh?
Hey, annual Iowa Football Coach Association, Coach Ferentz speaking tonight, Matt Campbell, Iowa State, and then the new UNI coach, Todd Stepsis, speaking.
And you're not there.
Oh.
I see. Well, I understand. Here's a steal by here's a steal by Dowling, layup up and no good by Peterson. Rebounded by Hurley. And now Peterson wants to shoot the three. He'll go in for the layup. It's no good. And the rebound, Manigo. Outlet pass goes to Hudson, and he'll slam it home. So Hudson with his 4th point. 71-40 Dowling. 2 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Maroons getting a lot of players in, and the West keeps their starters in. Here's Peterson. Head fake in the lane. Pull-away jumper. Good! He got the 2 starters in the air, and he scored. How about that?
I think I got to be careful. I think I promised Jacob Peterson a cheeseburger if he got to 8.
Well, he's at 6. Now, here is Manigo on the baseline, shooting and scoring.
Leo Pagano checked into the game.
And now here's a steal by Burns, and his layup is good. Maroons getting a little careless there. Burns with 13 points.
Got the guys that put the press on throughout the week now having to break the press.
Yeah, that's true. But they do. There's Peterson again. He's up to 8.
Oh, number 4.
Check that. That was Basilica. Excuse me. The wrong 4. We need 14 to score.
It's a great take by Christian Basili, by the way.
I'll tell O'Hare to call play for 14. That's Jake Peterson, so you have money out of your pocket. Now here is Burns underneath. He shoots and scores, and a timeout. Burns with 15 points. 75-46 Dowling. 1 minute to play, and lots of players being interchanged here. And we went from a starting roster, maybe a 6 or 7 man rotation. Jimmy, everybody's in. We're down.
A lot of people got to get them right. Jimmy Baumhover in there. Freshman Evan Mitchell has checked into the game. Leo Pagano is still in the game now, along with Sam Ralston.
Now here is Gavin Jones, and they work a shot underneath, no good, and Manigo still in there with the rebound. 45 seconds remaining. Long 3 up and good by Hudson. Joe Hudson with his 12th 3 of the year. He's got 5 of his 7 points here in the 4th quarter, and it's 75-49 Dowling. 35 seconds remaining. About a 6-second differential, shot clock with game clock. Here is Pagano to Jones. Back to Pagano for 3. It's no good. Ball slapped around, and Evan Mitchell battling Manigo. And Manigo goes coast to coast and scores. 17 points for Manigo. And a 30-second timeout by West Waterloo. We'll keep it here with 14 seconds remaining. 75-51 Dowling, and the Maroons are going to punch their ticket to Tuesday night.
It's a tremendous effort by the Maroons tonight as West Waterloo, a couple seniors are understanding the magnitude of their last game. Joe Hudson and Jalil Manigo, who had a nice second half for West Waterloo.
Dowling going to dribble it out. In front of us is Jimmy Baumhover. They'll launch the three at the horn. It's no good by Gavin Jones, and that'll do it. Dowling will move on to the Substate final, a chance to go to the state tournament. 75-51 the final. Dowling over West Waterloo as the Maroons improve their record to 15-7, and they'll be involved in Tuesday night's game where we're going to try to get effort to get a score from Marion. Linn-Mar of Marion hosting Marshalltown. And West Waterloo concludes their year with a record of 14-9. So we're going to total up the scoring. I want to thank Roman Wilkham, our studio producer. We're going to take a 2-minute break, Roman, and we'll get our statistics all in hand. Mostly balanced out. We'll do the best we can. We got an argument about free throws here from the wrong guy, of course. But we'll come back. 2-minute break. Post game will be underway. Dowling a winner over West Waterloo, 75-51. In this boys Substate semifinal from the Dowling Gym here in West Des Moines. Back in 1 or 2 minutes along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio is AM 1150, KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, 88.5, KIHS, Adel, 89.3, KDVM Mason City, and 89.9, KCSL Spencer Spirit Lake.
This is Franciscan Media's Saint of the Day for February 28th. Today we celebrate Blessed Daniel Brotier. Daniel spent most of his life in the trenches, one way or another. Born in France in 1876, he was ordained in 1899 and began a teaching career that didn't satisfy him for long. Wanting to use his zeal for the gospel far beyond the classroom, Daniel joined the Missionary Congregation of the Holy Spirit, which sent him to Senegal, West Africa. After 8 years there, his health was suffering. He was forced to return to France, where he helped raise funds for the construction of a new cathedral in Senegal. At the outbreak of World War I, Daniel became a volunteer chaplain, spending 4 years at the front. He risked his life time and again in ministering to the suffering and dying. Miraculously, he didn't suffer a single wound during his time at the front. After the war, he was invited to help establish a project for orphaned and abandoned children in a Paris suburb. He spent the final 13 years of his life there. Daniel died in 1936 and was beatified in Paris by Pope John Paul II only 48 years later. There's more about the saints along with inspiration and Catholic resources at our website, saintoftheday.org. From Franciscan Media, this has been Saint of the Day.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, following the Maroons' win over West Waterloo by the score of 75-51 alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, as Dowling tonight 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 players in the scoring column as Dowling a winner. They led at halftime 39-14 and win it 75-51 over West Waterloo. The Warhawks close out their season with the record of 14-9. Dowling improves to 15-7, and Jimmy Cataldo, take it away. You've got the unofficial statistics tonight.
Unofficially for the Maroons, shot 30 of 57 from the field for 52%, included 11 of 27 for the game from the three-point range. Didn't make any threes, went 0 of 7 in the fourth quarter from threes, but strong night by the Maroons from the three-point arc. I had the Maroons at 36 total rebounds to Waterloo West 20, 9 turnovers, which coming into the game, it's just a great job by the Maroons taking care of the basketball, knowing that the press that they were going to see. So 52% for the Maroons from the field. For Waterloo West on the night, 35%, shot 20 of 57, 4 of 21 from three. We were concerned going into it. The three guys that I thought could knock down threes, Cook Burns, and Madigo, and I thought the Maroons did a great job at defending the three, 4 of 27 for West Waterloo. As I mentioned, 20 total rebounds to just 6 turnovers.
And got an update from Marion. It was Linn-Mar leading Marshalltown 57-30 going into the fourth quarter. And we'll keep everybody abreast about that as head coach Justin Einerson joins me. And we'll go through the scoring real quick for West Waterloo. They had 2 players in double figures, led by Jalil Manigo, the 6'4 senior, leading the way with 17 points for West. Parker Burns with 15. And rounding out scoring for West, Zion Cook-Burns with 8 points. Joe Hudson with 7 points. Derek Atkins, the 5th starter, with 2 points. And then Cooper Dolan off the bench did not score. Neither did Zach Dobbs off the bench, as West was 2 of 7 unofficially at the free throw line. For Dowling, the Maroons had 1 player in double figures, and certainly our player of the game, and that was Lucas Paoli. Did a great job quarterbacking that full court press that West was throwing at the Maroons. He leads away with 17 points. Followed in scoring by Gio Keelis off the bench with 9 points. Nathan Jenkins with 9 points. And then 6 points for Quincy Moore, Charlie Crane, Maddox Capola, Jacob Peterson. If Jacob could have just had one more basket, Cataldo would be out a sandwich to Jake Peterson, just so you know.
Side action.
Shocker. Yeah, a little side action, right. At 5 points for Alfred Coley and 2 points for Leo Pagano. And 2 points for Christian Basili. The Maroons with 11 players in the scoring column. And Coach Einerson, welcome. You went 2 for 4 at the free throw line. Throw that in for good measure.
Well, we took the open ones.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, they were prepared. I thought our scout team did the best job they've done all year preparing us for this from Tuesday on. So pretty nice to see us perform at this level tonight.
Well, you can't simulate sometimes your opponent a lot. But your group, I can see how they have in the past. And your coaching staff went Monday night over to Waterloo and watched West get in a great game with Cedar Rapids, Washington. And, of course, you have tape in that. But I'll tell you what, you guys really curtailed Jalil Manigo and Parker Burns. Those are 2 leading players. And they got a nice post player in Joe Hudson.
Yeah.
They came out pressing. They came out trying to be aggressive. But you guys, Dowling was more the aggressor and executed against that press.
Yeah, it was great. We knew that the top side of that press was going to be really tricky. The bottom side, if you can get there, was going to create some advantages for us. And guys got really good at just making plays off of space. Obviously, if we could break that 3-guy denial in the front court, we were going to have a chance to score in the back court, or in our front court, I should say. So back court to front court. The execution was awesome. So great job by our guards. Defensively, I could go down the line on how many great defensive performances we had before that last 6 minutes when we were subbing everybody in. So it was nice to see. It's really good as a coaching staff to be playing this well at this time of the year.
It certainly is. We're visiting with Justin Einerson, Dowling boys basketball coach, following the Maroons win over West Waterloo 75-51 here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. And, Coach, you got out to a tremendous lead. You led 18-10 at the end of the first quarter. Well executed to get that shot by Keelis, I believe then. Got a 3 in the corner. And then at halftime you led 39-14. And that was a short halftime because there was about 4 or 5 minutes of warm-ups. You didn't have much to talk to kids about at halftime.
Well, I'm really big on making sure that you're getting everybody loose again. So, unless we have a lot of things to fix, which we didn't, we're going to get them back out there and get them shooting again. So, I thought we had some lapses in the third quarter, but with kids this age, that's kind of what happens when you have big leads. So to focus on the positives is pretty easy in this game, and there were so many.
I thought that the team came out, and as you mentioned, I thought they were as ready as they could go. I thought Crane just did a tremendous job minimizing what Joe Hudson could do down low. Sure. Held him really to 2 points. Hudson got some points late in the game. But Lucas Paoli, holy smokes, coming in knowing you were going to get pressed. But the way I thought Lucas Paoli's vision in handling that press, found some wide open shots at the bucket, and you guys converted.
Yeah, that was pretty sharp. Earlier in the year, we struggled with some presses, so cool to see our guards so confident against the press. I thought, sometimes our guards get a little bit hesitant. They fly all over defensively, and they're a little bit hesitant to make a play on offense, and you can see that's been knocked away. So last couple of games, I thought we did a nice job of, catching and turning it into something else, and not, having any pauses. And I think we really maximized that tonight. I don't know what our assist number was, but it was high.
I would agree. And, I thought Waterloo West, they come in averaging nine steals a game, and I continue to researched this game coming in, and I got a little bit more nervous as I kept going. I asked you at the beginning of the game, how 1 to 10, how nervous were you? And I was surprised to say you less nervous than a regular game. And I think that goes to you felt comfortable on how prepared your team was.
For sure.
They knocked down some big shots throughout that first half and really pushed away from Waterloo West through that. And go through what goes on in the playoffs, knowing that we have to be about as good as good. We've got to play a perfect game to continue to play. What goes into your preparation as you move on?
Well, we started watching these guys right after our Northwest game, knowing that we'd probably play them. We were about 3.5 quarters into the game Monday night, and Nicholson says, "Are we scouting the wrong team?" Because Cedar Rapids, Washington started 4 freshmen and a sophomore and had a lead the entire game. And the game ended up going to overtime, and Washington actually had a shot to tie it. So we were like, oh boy, we might have been wasting our time studying West. But we came in Tuesday, first practice, with a game plan basically in place, but we just let them battle each other on Tuesday when we came back, and then Wednesday and Thursday we added 2 days of prep instead of 1. That extra day is awesome. It reminds me of being a college coach a little bit. So I feel like our guys did a great job of not just understanding what they do, but how to beat it. And it was kind of like we'd played them before, to be honest. Our scout team nailed it completely. I mean, Evan Mitchell acting like the big. We had Sam Ralston acting like number 1. Leighton Oldfield, a freshman for us, is acting like number 3 and doing a really nice job. So our guys knew what they were going to see. The press, we had 6 men guarding 5 a couple of times in practice, and I just feel like we were well repped and ready to go. So as far as nerves, I mean, none for me. I feel like we finally had enough preparation against the team.
I think you led in on something that, coaching in the playoffs, you try to get your scout team to play about as good as what you're going to face, and oftentimes it's really hard. But to name the guys that you named who don't get a lot of the recognition, Tommy Hurley, Christian Basilica, Gavin Jones. You mentioned Evan Mitchell and Sam Ralston. Those guys, to be able to give you good looks through the playoffs, are so vitally important.
And they do. I mean, Christian's good. Jacob's good. I mean, these guys are good. So you go down the line, we don't have any bad basketball players, and it really makes it easier on us because you know that every practice is going to be a battle, whether we split the groups or we don't. So that it's a nice problem to have. It's frustrating sometimes we can't get more guys playing time, obviously. But everybody's involved, and everybody's a big part of what we do.
Visit with Justin Einerson, the Dowling boys basketball coach, following the Maroons' win tonight over West Waterloo, 75-51 in this boys Class 4A Substate semifinal. And Coach, I don't know if you heard when you were coming up here, Linn-Mar was leading 57-30 over Marshalltown, and that would be the winner of that game. You would travel to Linn-Mar.
Yep.
If Marshalltown upsets them, that game would be here, but it's Tuesday night. We're going to send our buddy Joe Stacy, who was here tonight, there, because this guy's out of town, and I've got
Would you call that an upgrade?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely
when you get a Joe Stacy, absolutely.
I mean, you start getting some, some
catchphrases
that.
Now, he may go swing and a miss, strike 3, when that's a three-point shot. He may get mixed up a little bit, but Joe is top shelf. But he'll be calling the game for us there. We appreciate him. And Mary Beth Wiskus, her family's a Henkinius. Her uncle will be calling the game with him, Hank Henkinius, Bill Henkinius, also known as Hank. He'll be calling the game with Joe, so you'll have some company, and we're going to miss it. I don't know if it'll be live stream or not. That'll be up to Linn-Mar to decide if they're going to host it. But this is awesome, playing for a chance to go to state, and the preparation, the time. Now you got one team that hadn't seen you all year. Now you're going to get the other. But this other one is the second-ranked team right behind Cedar Falls. So the challenge persists. What do you know about Linn-Mar other than that they're really good?
Yeah, they're really good. They have, I would say, one elite wing and then one elite post, and they're long. They shoot it really well. So thankfully we play in the CIML, so we take on teams like Linn-Mar every single night, and we'll definitely be battle-tested, and our coaching staff and scout team will get us ready.
Well, appreciate the time, Coach, and hopefully everything will work out Tuesday night, and we may be seeing you down at Wells Fargo. Besides the girls playing Monday, and hopefully the rest of the week, you will be there the following week. That's what we're hoping for.
That's
and
the plan.
We get Cataldo out of Philadelphia, and maybe he gets the right flight back here, he can join us. Is that possible?
50-50 chance.
50. Okay. Well, we'll see. Coach, thanks, and best of luck as you make your journey to Eastern Iowa on Tuesday, and what a journey it's been for these guys.
The first question was, is it a charter bus? What do you think the answer to that is?
Oh, yes, I would say
think
yes.
So?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you got to play a card. And one of them is
what is this? What are you
equal
doing?
opportunities. We got to get absolutely. And you know what? You better get a heck of a dinner out of it.
Part of me wants to be yellow bus because it makes you feel like an underdog, But that's just the coach and me talking.
You're talking to a guy who your football team, and he's one of the coaches.
A charter bus to Valley Stadium.
They took charter buses to Marshalltown and Ames, all right? So I'm just telling you, Coach.
And in honor of the great Gene Hackman, if you don't play Hoosiers, you're crazy.
Absolutely.
Most inspiring
of course.
basketball
I've been listening
movie.
to it all week.
Incredible.
No question. Charter bus coach. And just take it out of the JV football coach, the former JV football coach.
I'm a JUCO guy. As long as we get there, I'm happy.
That's right. Well, you're going to get there because you know what? You're playing there. Yep. And give them hell, Coach.
That's the idea.
All right.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Thank you, Justin. Justin Einerson, the Dowling boys basketball coach. We're going to take a break, come back. Jimmy Cataldo and I will wrap things up from the Dowling gym. We'll talk about the broadcast next week. We have state tournament girls basketball on Monday early afternoon, and then the Dowling boys on Tuesday night. We have two different broadcast teams for that. We'll talk more about that when we return to the Dowling gym. The final, Dowling Catholic 75, West Waterloo 51 in this boys Substate semifinal. Dowling will play on Tuesday night. We'll try to get a final from Linn-Mar when we return here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One helps you live your best life. Find personalized care for you and your loved ones at mercyone.org.
Father Boniface Hicks here, inviting all men to the Forge Conference in Des Moines on Saturday, March 1st, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Speakers include myself, Super Bowl champion Matt Burke, New York Times best-selling author Dr. Leonard Sachs, Damon Owens, Pete Burak, Bishop William Joensen, plus, of course, confession, mass, and some incredible brotherhood. Check it out, www.myforge.org, www.myforge.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. The final time we're here in this gym for the season. As we just found out, Linn-Mar a final. They defeated Marshalltown 83-48 in Linn-Mar in Marion, Iowa, just on the outskirts of Cedar Rapids. So Dowling will be playing Linn-Mar on Tuesday night, and Joe Stacy and Bill Hinkinius will have the call here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Bill and Joe do a Friday Night Live football show on another network here in town, but Joe does Dowling baseball and softball during the summer, and he's agreed to sit in with you and I. I have a work commitment, and so do you on Tuesday night, so we appreciate that. Joe Stacy with the call. I got to hand the equipment off to him after Monday's state tournament girls game. Dowling on Monday, mid-afternoon, taking on Davenport Central. Have two of the biggest. Davenport North having the two biggest Division I players in the state, I think, with Houston and Journey. One's going to LSU, one's going to Iowa, and the Dowling girls will have their hands full. We'll be on the air about 1:30 on Tuesday for the call, or on Monday for the call from the girls' state basketball tournament.
This is the time of year that you're going to play the best of the best, and as I mentioned before, you just got to handle business for today, and you can't look for tomorrow. I think, either the girls or the boys, you just got to go in and focus on taking care of business and playing to the best you can, because, if the Maroons continue to play, the boys continue to play like they did tonight, and the way they handled things, the way they knocked down shots, they're just going to be a handful for Linn-Mar. And so I think Linn-Mar's a heck of a team. I've kind of looking at them a little bit, and very lengthy. I think their front line, their front three guys run 6'7" or more, and so that type of size is going to cause the Maroons a little bit of issue. But I think the Maroons transition, the way they can run up and down the court, especially offensively, taking the ball downhill, forcing in Linn-Mar in this case, hopefully to come off double team and then knocking down shots on kickouts. Boys could be a very, very tough out. And then, as you mentioned, the girls, boy, there's no better time than now for Coach Meyer and this team, and wishing them just the best of luck as they just have a tremendous opportunity here in the girls' state tournament.
No question, they are on the opposite bracket of Johnston, and Johnston has been beaten in 2 years. So Maroons would have to go through Davenport North, and then they get the winner of Waukee Northwest and their opponent, so they could see Waukee Northwest for the third time. That's a very young team by Sam Powell, but it should be fun next week. I know you're going to be out of town, so I'm guessing you'll have your phone and your Iowa Catholic Radio app on and listening to Mr. Burkert and I with the call.
It's going to be exciting for me as I get to look in or listen in from afar, and I wish them nothing but the best because I'm such a big fan of Coach Marr and her program as well as Coach Einertsen and these guys and what they have in front of them. It's just going to be an exciting time for Dowling basketball as a program.
All right, well, Jimmy, we hope this is not the last broadcast together, but I think we hope that the Dowling boys with a win on Tuesday, they'll be at the boys state basketball tournament, but you got to get through Tuesday.
Well, I just hope they have a chance because that's a 50-50 chance I can get into Wells Fargo. Sometimes I can't play that, hey, I'm with Dowling Radio, and most times they just let me through. Wells Fargo said no.
No, they got security. Yeah, it's tougher. But, well, Jimmy, safe travels next week, and appreciate all your help this year. And we'll hand the torch over to Joe Stacy and Bill Henkinius, and hopefully they can get one more win for the Dowling boys.
They're going to roll it in. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy Cataldo, my broadcast partner. And I want to thank everybody that's involved with our broadcast. Again, the final, Dowling boys, a winner 75-51 over West Waterloo, as Dowling will meet Linn-Mar of Marion. A final score from Linn-Mar. They defeated Marshalltown 83-48. That game just went final here a few moments ago. Our thanks to everybody here at the Dowling Gym, and we have a lot of people to thank throughout the year. Tom Wilson, Jaron Herring, who's here tonight. Tom Wilson is out with the high school coaches convention going out in Altoona, and of course Colleen Webb and all the staff here. We got Jim Jones, Rob Deal, and all the folks behind the scenes that put up with us. Matter of fact, they're waiting for us to sign off so they can tear down our broadcast booth for the final time. Our thanks to them, and thanks to our business underwriters and supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They do such a great job of supporting our athletic coverage of Dowling Catholic sports here in our 46th year, I believe, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. They do such a great job with that, so we appreciate them. And, of course, don't forget our spring fundraiser just wrapped up this week, but you can pledge your support to Iowa Catholic Radio at iowacatholicradio.com. Click on the donate button, and your gift is tax deductible for this nonprofit station. We appreciate that. Our thanks to West Waterloo High School Athletic Director Tom Olsis and Athletic Assistant Carrie Hudson and Warhawk Head coach Derek Slater in his second year. We appreciate all their support in helping us prepare for tonight's game. Our thanks to Justin Einertsen, the Dowling boys coach. And our next high school basketball broadcast will be this Monday afternoon, March 4th, the Class 5A quarterfinals of the girls' state tournament. It'll be Davenport North taking on Dowling Catholic, and we'll be on the air at 1:30. There'll be no pregame. We'll be on the air at 1:30 on Monday afternoon, so hope you can join us from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Mike Burkert will join me for the call. Once again, the final score for the final time tonight, Dowling 75, Waterloo West 51. Dowling boys will meet Linn-Mar of Marion on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Joe Stacy and Bill Henkinius will have the call. For Jimmy Cataldo, for Roman Wilkham, our studio producer, this is Mark Amadale. From all of us here with the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, have a safe and blessed, faith-filled weekend.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Mercy One, Blessman International, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.